Hi, this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. Racing history is being made at the spot we're standing today at the Antioch Speedway because the biggest Grand American Modified and IMCA Modified race in California, as well as perhaps West Coast history, is being held today. A grand prize total of over $13,000 is in the purse, with the winner tonight taking home $3,000. Grand American and IMCA Modified drivers from all over California, as well as parts of Oregon, are here to test their mettle on the Antioch Speedway, one of the fastest, most competitive, tightest racing quarter-mile high bank clay ovals in the state as well as the country. I'm standing here with Patrick Mindler. Patrick, we got quite a night tonight. We've been at Stockton, we've been a lot of different places this year, and it's come down to this for this season. How do you feel about the race tonight?
It's exciting. I've never seen so many cars or drivers before at any of the other races. Yeah.
What we have here is over 80 race teams, all in one class of cars, the Grand American or the IMCA Modified. We're going to go out now into the pits and talk to some of the drivers from Oregon, as well as some of the top drivers from California. And we hope that you enjoy the racing and the feature that we're bringing this to you tonight. So remember, history is being made here at the first annual West Coast Nationals at the Antioch Speedway in Antioch, California.
What are you guys doing? Is this a local thing or is this?
Well, I'm producing a television show right now here in Concord, Stockton. We're coming to interview you right now.
Yeah, I'd like a story. Big excuse. I gotta go home, Dad.
Go ahead, go ahead. Hi, this is Bruce Paulson. We thought we'd start off our interview chores tonight with an out-of-state driver, an Oregon driver, Tom Glover from Medford, Oregon. Tom, welcome to California.
Thank you very much. We're glad to be here. It's a good show. We hope to come back again. It's a real good show.
What brought you down here?
Hey, the money always brings you, but you know the competition's good. If you can beat these guys, you can beat anybody.
This is really a historical race considered the size and the amount of modifieds here today, isn't it?
Very, very much. I've went to Phoenix, Arizona last year on a half mile, and we're probably about another 30 cars above what they had down there last year. Yeah.
Now, you're from Medford. Why don't you give us a little background on your racing history, what you've accomplished, and some of your sponsors that help you up in the Medford area?
Well, we've run outlaw wedge cars for many years, and then when these IMC modifieds come to the West Coast, we started running them, and we've got a lot of big races under our belt. Timber Cup in Medford. We've got the Art Pollard race. We won the late model NASCAR championship in 1984 down in Medford, but that's back before they were running what they run today.
Now, is this your first visit to the Antioch Speedway?
No, 2 years ago, in our first Harris car, which Scott Busby helped us purchase, we came up here, qualified fifth of a field of 35, rolled the right rear tire off, going by Scott for the win. Yeah.
What do you think of this track down here?
Right now, it's a little sloppy, but I like it. It's going to be a fast track tonight. It's going to be some good racing.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Tom, and we hope you have a good night tonight.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's Tom Glover from Medford, Oregon, one of the outlaws that came down to California. We're heading down pit road to see who else we can talk to. Hi, we're standing here now with Troy Shirk. Kind of a homecoming for Troy. Also, just as a sidelight, Troy was the Grand American Modified champion at the Stockton 99 Speedway, where he ran an asphalt series this year. Troy, it's kind of a homecoming. How long has it been since you've raced here at Antioch?
That's been about a year and a half now. We raced at the beginning of last season in my street stock out here and did pretty well, and we just decided we'd come back out here tonight and watch my dad race, and then Denny Lantrip asked us if we'd drive his car, and I just happened to bring my fire suit and stuff along, so we said we'd be more than happy to drive his car for him.
So has it been a year and a half since you've raced on dirt? Have you had any other dirt races this year?
No, we haven't raced on the dirt this year. We went strictly asphalt all year long, just so I could get used to one type of racing, and we did real well at it. We finished on the top at Stockton and won the championship there, and just wanted to race a little dirt track before the season was over, and I come out here, and Denny gave me the opportunity to drive his car, so we're in there.
What do you think about all these modifieds together in one place like this in California?
I think the modifieds are a growing division, and they're going to be the premier division within the next couple of years, and you'll see more than we have here today.
In closing, I want to ask you one question. Are you ready to get sideways or what?
Yeah, we're ready to get sideways. This is where I grew up here at Antioch, and I'm pretty comfortable here.
Okay, Troy, thanks a lot, and once again, congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
Okay, it's Troy Shirk, the Grand American Modified Champion at Stockton 99 Speedway, coming home here to the Antioch Speedway to get sideways in the dirt. Standing here with Scott Busby. Scott Busby is a 1993 Grand American Modified California State Champion, the 1993 Grand American Modified Watsonville and Antioch Champion, as well as the Coos Bay, Oregon Speedway Champion. Scott, you helped Cars Incorporated put this show on here today. You have a great love for this class of cars. It brought you back into racing. In 2 or 3 sentences, how do you feel today that all your hard work is coming to its fruition now?
Well, I really appreciate the participation of these drivers. We've got over 80 cars here today, and Cars Incorporated put the show on. I helped. I drug the drivers out and helped them with some finances, primarily made by a lot of people involved in this sport of racing. And I feel great, Bruce. I think the driver support is terrific.
It ought to be a very competitive night this evening. You got some tough competition from up north in Oregon. You got Tom Glover, who you've run against many times. Who are you looking at to give you maybe your toughest fight tonight?
Oh, most of these guys are tough. It can go anyway. Antioch Speedway is probably the most competitive racetrack on the West, at least in my experience. The Antioch drivers will be tough. The guys coming from out of state, it can be anybody's race. I think we'll all give it our all, and we all want to come home winners, and if we can bring our cars home in one piece, neat and clean, we'll all be winners.
One last thing, Scott. You started the season out going after 3 championships, and then in the early stages of the season, you added that 4th championship, traveling up to Coos Bay, Oregon every other weekend after racing here all night. Now you've accomplished all 4 of those titles. Have you had any time to reflect and think about that accomplishment and what it means to you?
Oh, Bruce, we haven't relaxed yet. We're still racing, but I'm still trying to plug the holes in my head for all the things I do.
Okay, Scott, thanks a lot. This is Scott Busby, one of the top modified drivers throughout the western United States. Standing here with the Steel City Leadfoot, Keith Brown, Pittsburgh, California. Keith, you've been running this modified series. How does it feel to have this big of a modified crowd show up here at your home track?
Oh, it feels good. I think it's what we need in the area. The cars are in Northern California, Central California, and so on, and this makes the thing feel great because you don't get enough cars in one class. Without having the Western Classic that we've had the last few years, this makes up for it.
Now, you didn't run for points this year. You kind of came out to have fun. You're running in 2 divisions, the late model stock car and then the modified. And while you came in 5th, just having fun, it kind of surprised you in the point standings in the modifieds?
Pretty much, yeah. We just, just went out to have fun. We didn't run the heat races for the points or anything like that. So, and that's where you make a lot of ground up. But we weren't doing it, so it made it better.
Who are some of the people, your sponsors, that have been helping you out this year?
ABL Transportation, H.W. Richards Engines, Jack Beam does the cylinder heads, Ace Tires Martinez help us out whenever they can. So it works out pretty good.
Okay, good. Well, Keith, we enjoyed talking with you, and I tell you, you've got your work cut out for you tonight, don't you?
It's going to be fun tonight.
Yeah. It beats traveling. They all came to your town, right?
For a change.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well, this is Bruce Paulson in the pits here with Keith Brown, and we're heading down pit road again.
82, 11, 87X.
Come over here, Bill. Hey, buddy. Yeah. This is Bill Reardon. Bill Reardon is the owner of Delta Chevrolet dealership here in Antioch. Bill, you're running here at the end of the season. You've got a lot of cars out there. How does the track and how's your car feel tonight?
Car feels great. We worked on it all week. I'm real pleased with the way that it's handling right now. It's actually, it's scaled better than it had all year. The track's good. They worked hard on it all last night. It's not tore up like they usually are after a sprint car race, and it's a little heavy right now, but it's muggy and humid, and I think it's going to be a good night. Hell of a race. Great turnout.
You can tell by looking at you. You're ready. You're pumped.
I'm ready, man. I'm fired up.
If you win, then you get that $3,000. What are you going to spend it on?
Boy, I was going to say I'm going to Disneyland. I'll probably buy a brand new Harris chassis if I win that $3,000.
Well, Bill, we're going to be keeping an eye on you tonight. You've been coming on strong later as the season goes on.
We're doing better. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Okay. That's Bill Reardon, the owner of Delta Chevrolet right here in Antioch. He drives the number 43 car. Well, let's see who else we can hit up here as we head down pit road. Bruce Paulson once again traveled down the other end of the pits, and we're talking with David Gould from Cottage Grove, Oregon. David, nice long trip down here from Cottage Grove. What brought you down to California, to sunny California?
Well, obviously, this is a really good race, and I appreciate him putting it on. 3,000 to win, 75, 80 modifieds here. It's a good race to come to.
Yeah, your home track you mentioned is Lebanon. Why don't you fill us in a little bit on some of your history of racing, how long you've been doing it, and some of your accomplishments over the years you've been racing?
Okay. Yeah, we won championship last 2 years at Lebanon. We were second at Cottage Grove Speedway, at Riverside Speedway in Cottage Grove last year. We won the Fall Classic in Cottage Grove. We won one in Wairika, 1,500 to win Fall Spring Classic in Wairika. We went to Manzanita Speedway down in Phoenix last year for their Winter National, which they had like 75, 80 modifieds there. And we won that one down there. So, and we've been to Tazewell, Tennessee, and won 2 Twin 25 IMCA Nationals in Tazewell, Tennessee. In '88, we were runner-up at the Florida Winter Series with IMCA. We ran 9 tracks down there in '88, and we were runner-up. So we've raced IMCA now for about 7 years, 6, 7 years. It's a great class, great cars.
You and White Line Fever are old friends, huh?
Yeah, we've traveled a lot of miles with it. I'm lucky I'm getting up in my racing career. I've got a son that's going to come up before long, and my wife said, hey, just go for it. A class finally came along that the average working man can race and be competitive even with the big buck guys.
Some of your sponsors that help you out of the Oregon area, who are they?
Well, we've got Cowtown Boots.
Mention the towns they're from.
Okay, Cowtown Boots is nationwide. They're out of El Paso, Texas, but we've got them on the West Coast sponsoring us. And we've got Medford Cylinder Heads out of Medford, Oregon. And that's pretty much it right now.
What kind of work do you do on the side to support this?
Well, I'm a car salesman. I sell used cars.
Yeah. This is a used car. How much you want for it?
This car is not for sale yet. We'll see at the end of the year, but it's probably somewhere around $8,500.
You take payments, or is it cash on the barrelhead?
Depends who you are and how you want it.
Okay, good. And if you want to buy today or not, right?
Today it's not for sale. Maybe tonight at late.
Yeah. It depends on what shape it's in, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, this is David Gould from the Oregon area, out of Cottage Grove. I've been up to Riverside. I was up there earlier in the year, and it's a nice little track. Have you ever gone in the tank back there in the berry bushes?
No, I haven't, but I'll bet you come August of next year, the World of Outlaws sprint cars are coming to Riverside Speedway in Oregon for the first time next year, and I'll bet you some of them go in that tank.
I bet so. I haven't seen the tank, but I know it's there, and I've heard about drivers that have gone into it. David, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. This is Bruce Paulson once again of the California Motorsports Network, and we're still heading down pit road to see who we can trouble. Another driver from Tom Glover country, Medford, Oregon. We got Kevin Hewitt here. Kevin, what brings you down to Antioch Speedway in California?
Well, we've been told a lot about Antioch down here. Some fast racing. Busby told us to come on down and try it out, so that's why we're here.
Fill me in a little bit on your racing career. How long you've been racing, some of your accomplishments?
We've been racing about 5 years. We started off in a sportsman car and then went ahead and went with what they call an Oregon Outlaw. And the Oregon Outlaw, we ran it for about 2 years, and it just got to the point where it was so expensive we couldn't afford to run it. So then we went ahead and bought the IMCA car. It's a Chuck LaHorgue chassis out of Redding, California, and it was actually built for asphalt, and we've converted it to dirt. We got a main event win at Cottage Grove Speedway in Oregon, and that's about the top. We've been in the top 10 finishes pretty much every race. We have ran occasional race down at Wairika Speedway, and this end of the season has already came to a close, so we came down here to run before we go to Phoenix.
How about telling us some of the sponsors that help you up there in Medford?
Well, the biggest sponsor is myself, and the second sponsor is probably Pro Service Center, which he is the one that purchased the David Gould car from years past. We got Medford Custom Engine. His name's Daryl Cooper, built a hell of a fine motor. We got Bill's Glass Service on the side of the car. They pretty much help us out with cash sponsorship. We got Pete's 7-Eleven Minute Market. They're a big sponsor of us this year. We've got numerous sponsors, but a lot of parts here and there. Chris Beck and Auto Parts sponsors us. A&L Welding out of Medford, and the biggest help has been my crew and Chuck Lahore.
Right. What do you think of this class of cars?
Well, the class of cars is real fine. We see quite a bit of a turnout down here. You know, you get into 70 to 100 cars. I'd say it's a pretty upcoming sport. I hate to see it, but it's kind of getting out of hand as far as expense already. You know, the average chassis is running anywhere from 10 to 15,000, and then you got to start putting a motor and a rear end in it. So.
Okay, Kevin, glad that you've made the trek down from Oregon, and good success on that big race tonight. Okay, thanks a lot. This is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. We're going to go next door here, and we're going to see if we can hunt up Bart Reed from Oakley. He's the #2 driver in the state of California in the NASCAR series. And there's a turncoat next to him, a late model driver at kind of stepped down, you might say, or maybe stepped up, right, to a modified?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on down. Well, here we are at Bart Reed, #2 NASCAR Grand American Modified or IMCA Modified driver in California. Bart, it looks like your kingdom has been invaded.
Oh, absolutely, and it's good to see him. We just want to welcome all, and hopefully we'll have a good show tonight.
You came in second right behind Mr. Scott Busby. What are your plans for next year?
Well, right now it's all up in the air. The car's for sale, and you know, we're looking for help, looking for a car, and see what happens next year.
We just talked to Mr. Gould down here. He's a driver out of Oregon, and he's a used car dealer. Maybe you could talk to him.
Yeah, we already talked to him. Dave's a good competitor. He's going to be tough tonight.
Okay. What are your thoughts about racing in general in this series? You came up through the street stocks, track champion, state champion in street stocks, and you opted for this class. What are some of your feelings about this?
I think it's a great class. I mean, the cars are fast, very good drivers. They're getting better and better, and it's growing. Look at what we got here, 80 cars or 90 cars, whatever it is, and it's the wave of the future in California racing on the dirt. You know, it's priced where you can do it.
Okay, Bart, have a good evening, and we'll try to get back to you later.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. The evening wouldn't be complete if we didn't take some time and talk to the lady that is responsible for getting this monster event off. This is Brenda Bockover. She's a manager out here. She runs the Speedway here at Antioch. Brenda, what's going on? What's happening? What do you think?
I think it's fantastic. It feels so great to drive through this pit area and see this many cars of this caliber of racers. And it's just, you know, my son and I were out here earlier driving around taking a look, and to see this many of this same type of race car, you know, all for one show and one class of car is just great feeling. Great feeling.
I'm kind of at a loss for words. I don't even, you know, it's kind of, you know, my thoughts about this thing, that it would be an impressive event, but I think it's even transpired what I was imagining it would be.
Yeah, my feelings too. And, you know, even with the cloudy skies and stuff like that, it's still, I'm just on cloud 9. It's a great feeling, and these guys are really working with us and to help us get this show on the road, and it's great. That's all I can say is it's great.
Talk is 80 to 90 race teams. Anything confirmed so far on the exact amount of drivers that have been teched and cleared for racing?
I think we're right at the 80 mark, and you know, which is perfect. Good racing, and we won't have to push quite as hard to get the whole show in, give the guys a little more time, which is, you know, what we worry about with only a one-night or one-day event. So.
Well, Brenda, it's been a good season, a long season, even though it's been a tough economic situation in the state. Tomorrow, Sunday, you get one day off after the end of the season, and you get to start right on the banquet, right?
That's right. Not only the banquet, rules for next year, and all that stuff.
Promoters meeting coming up in Reno, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's in December, and, you know, not only that, it takes us several weeks just to close this place up, winterize it, you know, get the track so it'll drain if we have a ton of rain this winter and stuff like that. And then, you know, it takes another month or so to get geared up for next year. So, you know, take away all those weeks and months and time you spend writing rules and banquets. We go to other tracks' banquets, and of course putting on our banquet, which is December 4th, by the way, and we're holding it here at the fairgrounds. So if anybody wants tickets, they can call the racetrack line. But Anyway, there's a lot more involved, but it's great. You know, you put on an event like this, and it makes all the bad things that happen, you know, just makes it all better. And I'm ready to go again, get them again next year.
Okay. Okay, that's Brenda Bockover. She is a manager out here, one of the, I'd say, probably the few women racetrack managers in the state as well as the country, and it's a sport which has few, if any at all, women drivers, so it's quite an accomplishment on your part to get to this stage in your career. Well, this is Bruce Paulson here in Pit Road, and we're going to see who else we can talk to, and then we'll bring you some highlights of the evening's action. Steve Henry, a little while ago, I told you we were going to go talk to a turncoat. We've got a guy that's switched classes on us. Steve, you ran a tough series this year, coming in second, or actually I think third of the Pacific Coast region, behind Obrist and Miller. You were the winner of the Pacific Coast region last year, running the late model stock car. You're here at Antioch running in a modified. What are the differences between this car, how it feels to you, and running your late model?
Oh, no, the first thing is the power. We're down on power a lot versus late model. We got a lot more horsepower. Of course, the rules are a little bit more open. A lot less tire to work with. These tires are real skinny, hard to hook up. These things are pretty tricky to drive, to be honest with you.
Is it fun?
Oh yeah, I'm having a blast so far. You know, this is the first time I've ever been in one of these, and Bryant offered me the ride after the last race here at Antioch for this weekend, and I took him up on it, and we're having a blast. Just out here to have fun.
So you haven't had any practice runs other than what you've had or going to get out here tonight?
Oh, we came out last night during the sprint car show and made about 4 laps, but really didn't learn nothing from that. So tonight it's on the job training, so to speak.
How does the handling feel? You said the tires don't hook up quite as well. They're not as wide, but how does the handling? They're a little stiffer, a little harder ride?
Oh yeah, the sidewalls are real stiff on these tires. Not much side bite in the cars. They tend to slide a lot, so it makes it tricky to set them up and makes it hard to work with. But I guess that's part of the fun of it.
It's going to be a little different for you getting out there if you're making the main event amongst 20, maybe more cars, having a full field, won't it?
Yeah, we ran Santa Maria here last weekend, had about 35, 45, somewhere around there cars down in Santa Maria, and raced against 22, started dead last in all 3 features, and got 2 seconds and a third down there, and hopefully we can do the same tonight if we start back a ways. So.
I know we talked earlier this year in the season, towards the tail end of the season, about your plans for next year. We're down in Watsonville. Anything firmed up for next year yet?
Not quite yet. We're working on some sponsorships right now, trying to get some things going. Basically, it all stems on whether we sell our business. We're trying to get rid of our business, and as everybody knows, I'm sure the economy is kind of in the gutter at the moment. So when that picks up, maybe we can get out of here.
Now, one last thing. You've run late models all your life. When you started driving, in your driving life, that is, it's had a lot of problems because of the dollar cost with it. You see the class slipping away. Fewer and fewer drivers can run the series because of the cost. What do you think they can do to help the thing get better?
Well, I don't think it's a cost of things. Number one, the economy's lousy.
Okay, they're going to push him up ahead. Thanks a lot, Steve. Hi, once again, this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. Well, I hope you enjoyed that journey down pit road here at the Antioch Speedway. We've talked to as many drivers as we get to. Looking down right now, you've got 80 to 90 race teams. We just can't possibly get to everybody. But we hope you enjoyed the interviews, and coming up now is going to be some highlights. We're going to show you a little bit of the qualifying, some of the heat races, and some of the mains. And, of course, we're going to culminate with the main event win and interviews with the winners tonight. This is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network saying we'll be right back after some of these messages. This program was made possible by a grant from Mack Tools of Antioch, H&M Auto Dismantlers of Oakley, as well as assistance from the following. Slots are back, and they're hot. If you feel the need for speed, race to Slot Car Challenge, 5400N Ignacio Valley Road in the Clayton Valley Shopping Center. Get there, get it together, get dialed in. Slot Car Challenge. It's an attitude. California Hotwood, the largest manufacturer of packaged firewood in America, not only warms the hearts of millions, but also the hearts of racing fans as the proud sponsor of Johnny Brazil and his California Hotwood Special. So when the frost is on the pumpkin and you head for your favorite supermarket, ask for California Hotwood. Remember, only you can prevent Johnny's flameout. Go with a winner. Go with Busby Motorsports, the 1991 and 92 California State NASCAR Grand American Modified Champion, your authorized Harris Auto Racing dealer. He owns one, he races one, and he wins in one. If you're racing to win, you want to race the best. So choose Harris and Busby Motorsports, the choice of champions. Available now for a limited time, a special collector's signature Busby Motorsports t-shirt. Order now, for this series is limited. Available in children's medium and large, and adult extra large, large, medium, and small. Adults $20, children $16, and this includes the postage and handling. So send your check along with the sizes and number of shirts you want to Busby Motorsports, P.O. Box 1007, Martinez, California 94553. Remember, this is a limited collector's autographed t-shirt series, so order while supplies last. Life getting you down? Feel like saying goodbye, packing your bags, and leaving town because the racing season is over? Well, take heart. Jump for joy. CMSN, the California Motorsports Network, is coming soon to TCI Cablevision of Contra Costa, bringing you interviews with top drivers like Ron Hornaday Jr., Doug McCown, Scott Busby, and Steve Hendren, as well as racing highlights from speedways like Antioch, Watsonville, Bakersfield, Mesa Marin Raceway, Stockton 99 Speedway, Hanford, Marysville, Wairika, and more. So watch for the debut of CMSN, the California Motorsports Network, on TCI Cablevision of Contra Costa County. Because you feel the need for speed, just when you thought your life was going to the dogs.
This is Patrick Mindler. Bruce has brought me down here to the grandstands, and I get to talk with some of the fans and see what they're up to tonight. Let's go talk to a few right now. Hi, welcome to the Antioch Raceway. What's your name?
Roger Davison.
And what brings you out here tonight?
Watch racing.
You have any particular fans, anything like that, or race car drivers that you're looking forward to see?
I'm a race car driver myself, and our season's over with, so I'm about to watch everybody else do it.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Fairfield, Sassoon area. I race down in Petaluma.
All right, great. Well, welcome and enjoy.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure I will.
All right, thank you. Again with another family here, and what's your name, sir?
Leonard Griffiths.
And
Griffiths Brothers Racing.
All right.
Eddie Skidmore.
Donna Griffiths. Allison Castle. Karen.
Looks like we got a whole family here. What brings you folks out here tonight?
We're racing our car down here. We were 6th in points at Petaluma this year, and we're down here for the big money tonight. See what happens.
Who's your driver?
Mike Learn, number 69.
Yeah, Mike, go Mike.
And is he out there right now?
Not yet.
Okay.
He will be soon.
Good. Well, good luck to him. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
All right.
Good.
What's your name?
Don.
And Drew.
Drew? Where are you guys from?
We're from Alameda.
Yeah.
We just came from the Bears game.
So what brings you out here tonight?
Steve Scarry in car number 15. We want to see him win.
All right. Is he a friend of yours?
Yeah, he sells cars in Alameda.
Okay. And is he out there qualifying right now, or?
We saw him just get off the track. He's not. I don't think qualifying started yet. They're packing the track right now. I think it's too slippery.
Okay. Good. Well, I hope you guys have a good time tonight. Good luck to your driver.
We're gonna have a blast.
All right. Good. Thank you very much. Ready? Okay. Hey, we're up in the stands here, and we're going to talk to a couple fans. What's your name?
Anna Cooper.
Anna Cooper.
Clifton Cooper.
And are these your daughters behind you here?
Just friends.
Oh, just friends with them. What brings you out to Antioch Raceway tonight?
To watch Butchelato win.
And what number is he?
48.
Number 48. How about you?
Yep, 48.
Is he family?
Oh,
Just a friend.
And where are you from?
Brentwood.
Brentwood.
Are all of you from Brentwood?
Pittsburgh. Our son over there.
He's a friend. That's my son on that end.
All right. Well, as it looks like they're already starting to qualify, packing the track. What does he have a certain time that he comes in on the track?
Not that I know of.
He's already been out.
He has been out?
Yeah, he's already been out.
Okay. Has he qualified?
He's qualified as far as I know. I wasn't here really.
Okay. Well, enjoy yourselves tonight. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
'83 Grand American IMCA modified drivers converged on the Antioch Speedway on October 9, 1993 for the first annual West Coast Nationals. Drawn by a $13,000 purse and contingency awards that awarded the winner with a $3,000 first place prize, drivers from all over California and Oregon came to make a run for the money. Not just the money, however, was the drawing card, but also to compete against the best in the West, as well as to have a part in making racing history, as this event could have easily been called the most on the coast. A 12-course meal of gourmet quality was prepared and served up for drivers and race fans alike by Super Chefs Cars Incorporated and Busby Motorsports. The two combined their talents, and the outcome was a lip-smacking tour de force that included 6 heat races, E to A mains, with the second E main sprinkled in for a little extra seasoning. Steve Scarry from Alameda recorded a fast time with a 15.510 trip around the High Bank Clay Oval, and Bart Reed of Antioch won the Trophy Dash. Scarry was second in the dash, followed by Steve Hendren and Ken Peterson. Heat race number 1 was won by Dan Clary. Heat race number 2 was pulled in by David Lint. Heat race number 3 saw Tim Reynolds take the checkered flag. Heat race number 4 went to the Steel City Leadfoot Keith Brown. John Arnberg secured the win in heat race number 5, and the final heat race of the evening was won by Mark Welch. 2 10-lap E-mains were run with the top 2 finishers of each transferring to the D. Nick Sutter went flag to flag for the win in the first E-main, with Brian Solomon picking up the second transfer spot. Making another flag-to-flag victory run in the second E-main was Kevin Hewitt, with Ray Kelson coming in second. It's been said that the night belongs to Micheldeau. Be that as it may, although he didn't win the grand prize, it could be said that this night belonged to Johnny Buccellato, as he thrilled the crowd with no doubt the best driving of his career as he worked his way from the back of the D and C mains to win, and from the back of the B to post a second place, finished behind Scott Busby. John had to overcome some considerable adversity to appear in this event, but as all could see, this indeed was his night to remember. And we'll be right back with action the rest of the evening after this message. Tonight's show is brought to you by Drive, California's car magazine. If it has wheels, Drive has it covered. And California Hotwood, a hot product on the Speedway and an even hotter one in your fireplace. Slot Car Challenge in the Clayton Valley Shopping Center in Concord. Busby Motorsports of Martinez, your authorized Harris Auto Racing dealer. And Alan Yorty Motorsports of Stockton, bringing you video highlights of the Stockton 99 Speedway. This program was made possible by a grant from Mac Tools of Antioch, H&M Auto Dismantlers of Oakley, as well as assistance from the following. Cars started the D main event with Robert Brummett, brother of Mike Brummett, leading Nick Perivalaris and Lonnie Lacey Jr. early. A series of yellow flags shuffled the lead back and forth, with Buccellato taking the lead on a lap 7 restart. Brian Solomon took second from Perivalaris on lap 10 as Mike Warden hit the turn 4 wall after suffering a flat tire. Perivalaris took the lead from Buccellato on the restart. Solomon, running third, got by both Perivalaris and Buccellato on lap 13, but he spun out, collecting the entire field, allowing Buccellato to take command of the race and the eventual victory. The C main had 20 cars as well, with Petaluma champion David Lint and Merced champion Larry Faulkner in the field. Lint took the initial lead, but was forced to the pits on a lap 2 caution. Faulkner took the lead on the restart ahead of Bill Corduroy and Kelly Dauch. On lap 6, a turn 4 tangle brought out another yellow. The restart saw Bill Corduroy in the lead, with Johnny Buccellato moving up to 4th. Tom Glover took first place on a lap 11 restart. The red flag came out on lap 15 when Kelly Dauch drove over the top of Willie Horn's car and flipped over in front of the grandstands. Buccellato had moved up to 2nd on lap 17 and took over first place when Glover lost power and dropped out. Booch went on to win his 2nd race of the evening. The B main saw 2 of Antioch's best on the front row in the likes of Keith Brown and Scott Busby. Busby led Brown through 4 laps until Troy Shirk took over 2nd. A fire under the hood of Donnie Shelton's car brought out the red flag on lap 6. On the subsequent restart, it was Busby leading Brown and Dennis Furia. On lap 8, Brown spun out, allowing Furia to move into 2nd. On the restart, Buccellato got by Gardner to take over 3rd, and on lap 14, he moved into 2nd place behind Busby, after Furia got sideways in turn 2. And like a shark smelling blood, Buccellato began reeling in Busby, passing him for the lead on lap 20. What advantage Buccellato could have gained over Busby was negated by a yellow flag. Busby regained the lead on the restart and took home a yellow checkered win on lap 22 with Buccellato's 2nd. Coming up next, the grand finale, the A main, right after this short message. Life getting you down? Feel like saying goodbye, packing your bags, and leaving town because the racing season is over? Well, take heart. Jump for joy. CMSN, the California Motorsports Network, is coming soon to TCI Cablevision of Contra Costa, bringing you interviews with top drivers like Ron Hornaday Jr., Doug McCown, Scott Busby, and Steve Hendren, as well as racing highlights from speedways like Antioch, Watsonville, Bakersfield, Mesa Marin Raceway, Stockton 99 Speedway, Hanford, Marysville, Wairika, and more. So watch for the debut of CMSN, the California Motorsports Network, on TCI Cablevision of Contra Costa County. Because you feel the need for speed, just when you thought your life was going to the dogs. A 4-abreast parade lap punctuated the evening's grand finale, as Mark Welch charged into the lead ahead of Bart Reed and John Hendrickson. first 21 laps went unhindered by yellow flags, with the lead trio staying the same. The first yellow was brought out when Lewis Davis stalled in turn 2. On the restart, Welch retained his lead, but Steve Scarry moved into second. On the next lap, after Hendrickson had a flat tire on the back straight, Welch again led Reed on the restart, with Busby trading places with Scarry for third, but not for long, as Scarry got back to third a lap later. A yellow came out for Tony Harwood, who spun out in turn 2. On the restart, Welch continued to dominate as Scarry moved past Reed for second. Reed kept battling back, and on lap 30, he worked his way into the lead. One lap later, another yellow for debris on the track came out. Reed retained first place on the restart, but Busby and Tim Stratmeyer tangled in turn 3, bringing out another yellow. This time, Welch regained the lead on the restart. Welch relinquished the lead one more time to Reed on lap 36 for the last time, as he regained it again one lap later, going on to pick up the win. David Gould took over fourth place on lap 41 and third place on lap 43. From then on, Welch had to fight off Scarry and Gould the remaining laps to secure his victory. Reed, who ran up front most of the night, came in sixth. Darrell Shirk came in fourth, with Mike Walco rounding out the top 5. Johnny Buccellato, who commanded center stage for most of the evening, went out with mechanical problems on lap 33. We go now to Victory Circle for post-race interviews with winner Mark Welch and second-place finisher Steve Scarry. Hi, this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. We're standing here with the newly crowned West Coast Nationals champion for Grand American Modified and IMCA Modified cars, Mark Welch of Orangeville, California. Mark, how's it feel?
Feels real good, real good. Had a couple anxious moments there for a minute because some guys got around me on the outside. Lucky there was a restart right away where I could get back by him. Then I just moved up the track a little bit where I could block him. And last couple laps, the guy got alongside me and it got me going. I don't know how far I finished in front of him, but I don't think it was too far.
It wasn't too much. You started on the pole, but it wasn't an easy ride, was it?
No, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy.
How many times have you raced here at Antioch now? Not a whole lot. You can race at Marysville quite a bit and some other places.
This is the first time I've ever been here. Yeah, I didn't get no hot laps. There was a bunch of cars in front of me, and my first laps were qualifying. I didn't know you took the flag right when you come on the track, you know, so I messed up my first lap. I thought I did. They said I was second quick, and then I ended up sixth quick, won the heat race, and got the pole position. That's all. The rest history.
Hey, what's your home track, and how'd you do this season?
I don't have no home track. I just travel Marysville, Placerville, Roseville, dirt and pavement. Don't run nowhere for points. Just go around, travel around, so don't make too many enemies that way.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, you're the first champion here. You going to come back next year and defend your title?
Definitely. I'll be back.
Okay, thanks a lot. All right. It's Mark Welch from Orangeville, California. He's a newly crowned 1993 West Coast Nationals Grand American Modified, IMCA Modified California champion. Okay.
Chassis. I forgot to tell you.
Well, I'll tell you. Give me some of your sponsors.
All right, Tognotti's, Walmer Machine.
Walmer Machine built the motor.
Walmer Machine built the motor. Al built one of our motors. He's adjusts the valves anyway. And Sardison builds the chassis. I build the cars and sell them. Tognotti sponsors me.
Okay, Mark. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go on down and talk to the number 2 driver here, a local Antioch guy from Alameda. He races here every weekend, Steve Scarry. Here was Steve Scarry from Alameda. Steve came in second tonight. Steve, you're really letting the folks here see what you're going to be showing them next year when you go out here. And we don't know if Bart's going to be running next year, but if he does run here in the modified series, it's going to be a good bet that you and Bart are going to go toe-to-toe all year. Bart looked real strong tonight. You started 6th position tonight. Give me some thoughts about the race. And, you know, you came real close here at the end, and you just didn't have quite enough to get by him.
Well, one of the thoughts was to keep myself in the top 5 at least, to go for the money. I tried to go by that guy for everything I could. It just wasn't there. He drove a very good race. I couldn't get by him. I'll take the 2nd place. Well earned. He well earned the 1st.
Going to run the full modified series here next year? Going to add some Watsonville to it, or just what?
No, I'm sorry to say that I'll probably be retiring, and I won't be coming back next year. And I'm going to take 1 season off, and then I'm going to run a full season for 95. So you can look for me back in 95. and you can look for me in San Jose next week. 2 weeks after that, we will be in Arizona.
What prompted you to decide to take a year off? You just got back into it after many years of being out of it.
I think my wife misses me, and I need the money. So.
Okay, how about a thank you to some of your sponsors that helped you out this year?
Well, I would like to thank Sturt's Automotive Machine. I would like to thank a new sponsor that we've helped us out this year, and it's Harbor Reefer Services. Is Ray Newton. He's helped assembling our motors. World famous Lee Auto Supply and Emmanuel's Mufflers.
Okay, Steve Scarry. So Steve Scarry came in second in the first annual West Coast Nationals. Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to find Mr. Gold, the outcast of the group, a guy from Oregon that came in third. We're going to go look him up now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us this evening. That's it. The show is over. We just saw the completion, talked to the winners of the first annual West Coast Nationals for the Grand American Modifieds and IMCA Modifieds here in California. That was an earthquake. If you're wondering why this thing is jumping around, ladies and gentlemen, we're standing on the back of Busby's trailer, and these kids keep running across, and Alan bounces with the camera, okay? So anyway, we're just going to let this go. I'm tired of doing too many takes. We're all tired. We're burned out. And once again, congratulations. Thanks to Alan Yorty for doing the camera work, the interview work tonight. Alan Yorty Motorsports and Video in Stockton, California. And we'd like to thank Busby Motorsports and all the other people that helped us get this show on the air these first few weeks. So this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network saying, it's over. I'm tired. I'm going home. I don't can do another take. See ya.
Hi, this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. Just when you thought it was safe to turn off your television set and your VCR and do whatever you were going to do, got a little surprise for you. Now we're going to show you straight cut edits of all the heat races and the mains. So sit back and enjoy it. Some nonstop racing action for the real racing fan. First up, we have heat races 1 through 6.
Took a walk last night, gave myself such an awful fright. Took a walk last night, gave myself such an awful fright. Went down by the railroad track. Said I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Took a walk last night. Took a walk last night. Took a walk last night and I gave myself such an awful fright, don't you know? Saw something shining down by the railroad track. When I bent down to pick it up, I got a great big whack. When I came to, the cops looked at me and said, "What you been on, boy?" I looked around and I didn't recognize a thing. I looked around and nothing made my heart go a sing. I looked down at my hands and they were all wrinkled. I looked around and I saw the world was ending, yeah. I took a walk last night, gave myself such a fright. I took a walk last night, through the rest of my life. Now I saw before me all the years I lived, all the fears I had, all the crimes I did, all the time I spent behind bars and all the time I spent, all the lies I lied, and all the crimes I spent. Yeah, I took a walk last night, gave myself such a fright. I took a walk last night, gave myself such a fright. Play it one time for me, baby. I get a deposit on this bottle of 7-Up?
the motor went on that 73 car. He takes the car into the pits.
Hi, this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the first annual West Coast Nationals at the Antioch Speedway for Grand American and IMCA Modifieds as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We want you to sit back now and enjoy this closing music video, which will bring you some more of the highlights and the memories of this fantastic first annual event. So this is Bruce Paulson for the California Motorsports Network saying, may all of your racing be to the checkered flag. At this time, we'd like to give a very special thanks to all the contingency sponsors that awarded prizes of product to the drivers, as well as to Cars Incorporated and Busby Motorsports for helping make this the memorable event that it was, and also for the invaluable assistance in the script of this show from Don Martin and the Delta County Race Review. All the music used on this production was performed by Graffanola, all rights reserved.